Dr. T, Floyd Pepper, Janice Enzu, otherwise known as the Electric Mayhem, are back. This time, Muppets Mayhem on Disney Plus follows a young music exec played by Lilly Singh and a superfan played by Tahj Mowry. The series premieres on May 10th. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having us.
Lily, tell me a little bit about the character of Nora, and did you talk to any music managers to get into this character and how you would play this?
Ooh, you know what? That's a great question. So Nora, yes, she works in the music industry. She's not quite where she wants to be. She's kind of working a deadbeat job. She's trying to climb the ladder. She discovers that the Electric Mayhem has not recorded an album ever. And so she makes it her mission to try to wrangle this group of wild rock stars and help them record their first album. I actually purposely only researched the music industry to a certain extent because Nora is kind of making it up as she goes along. She's very much so making it up and pulling stuff out of thin air and trying her very best. And so I wanted to make sure that I kind of tapped into that energy of just like faking it till you make it. And so I only asked a few of my friends very few questions, but I didn't get too in the weeds.
Gotcha. And Tahj, as far as the super fan character, obviously, you and your sisters have been in this business for a long time, and I'm sure you've run across, plenty of super fans. Did you channel maybe some of that energy, or maybe someone that you've been a fan of that you channeled that?
I didn't channel any super fans specifically because Moog is like a different type of super fan. He comes more from the heart. And he's less like that, crowd surfing super fan and more of like that, I'm gonna sit down and let you know how much you mean to me type of super fan.
True.
True. Which I think is super endearing, and it's a side of a super fan that we have not seen before. Not every super fan has to be, running around yelling, going crazy.
Right.
He genuinely cares for this band and each member and what they stand for and what they mean to him. So it's just a different level of super fan for him.
When we see the Electric Mayhem, we not only do we get to see the two of you and them, but we also get to see Morgan Freeman, Paula Abdul, Steve Aoki, Billy Corgan, Lil Nas X, Weird Al. I mean, tell me a little bit about filming the episodes with these iconic people in the industry.
It's wild, and we've talked about this before, but we're on set, we're having this experience where we already fangirled and fanboyed over the Muppets, and then these people walk on set and we're like freaking out over them. But it really actually humanizes these mega celebrities because everyone has the exact same reaction to seeing the Muppets, which is they turn into a 4-year-old child.
Exactly.
And they start freaking out as well. And so it's like, never before could I say that, like, oh my God, I'm so relating to Kesha right now because we're both fangirling over the same thing. But like, it was such a cool experience to see that.
Yeah, one of the coolest things for me was like coming into my trailer each day and seeing the call sheet with like your name on it and then like Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
You're like, cool. I'm like in the same project as Morgan Freeman
Right.
today. Like, that's wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, just seeing each guest come each week, multiple times a week, and react the same way you did is just awesome.
Yeah.
It's cool to see, and it never got old.
Because you think of those times that you were a young kid watching the Muppets, and especially parents now too are watching it, because this isn't a show like you put your kid in front of the TV. It's you want to watch it too, and sometimes the parents are just as invested as the kids.
And that rings true to this show as well. Yes. Through and through. I mean, on set there were some scenes where we were like, I might cry.
Yeah.
But there's some scenes where we could not stop laughing out loud. I really do think the humor, kids will love it, but there's definitely humor for adults there that I think they're gonna really enjoy.
I think it's an overall thing too. It's not like a specific scene is for kids and like the other scenes are for
right.
It's really just the whole thing that can be enjoyed by any age. It's that special. And that's something that I think only the Muppets can really do.
Tahj, I've heard you talk about the Muppets Take Manhattan and how that was one of your favorite movies growing up. Tell me a little bit how that impacted you, and does this feel like a full circle moment being able to be part of this project?
Oh my gosh. Any of the movies were always so like mind-blowing to me, especially that one, especially like the Central Park scene where someone jacks Miss Piggy's purse. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like real life stuff. And I'm just like, bro, what? Like someone just stole a puppet's purse. Like, this is crazy. Like, and she's like wilding out, chasing him. That was amazing for me to watch as a kid. And, to be here now, a part of this iconic franchise, especially as someone like Moog, who I adore, is just like, it's full circle. It's surreal. It's a blessing. It's it's just cool, man. It's really cool.
Lily, as far as the character of Nora, because obviously we all start our careers at a certain point, and you have ideals and you have hopes of how you want it to go, but you still have to kind of work your way up, and you have to trip and fall a couple of times. Did you tap into maybe some of that energy at the beginning of your career of like, oh, I know exactly what Nora's going through at this point?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you initially had asked me if I researched the music industry. Not really, because what I was tapping into was exactly that. It's Nora is trying to make something out of nothing, you know, and that is very true to the beginning of my career. It's just faking it till I make it, making it up, hustling, trying, just shooting in a million different directions, hoping something lands and something comes to fruition. And so that energy is definitely how I felt in the beginning of my career. I mean, I started making YouTube videos in my parents' house in 2010, and now I'm sitting next to a superstar talking about how we're in the Muppets show, the newest Muppet show. Like, that is exactly Nora's trajectory. And so I feel so close to the character. And that's why shooting some of those scenes, I did get quite sentimental, because I was like, oh my goodness, I remember when I was Nora in my home office trying to make something out of nothing.
And then final thing here before we go, favorite Muppet that you got a chance to work with and that you were like, oh my goodness, I'm having a scene with XYZ.
Should we say our Muppet at the same time?
Well,
because you know we're
mine
gonna
get-
say, is this
well,
different?
Yeah, this one's different
Okay.
because of the question.
Okay, go ahead, answer.
Mine is animal. Because,
That was mine.
oh, I thought you were gonna say.
Because the question.
Oh,
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Animal.
We
You
usually
tell
have
it.
the same answer.
True. I forgot
Yeah.
that we would have the same one for that one.
It's no, you go ahead. Go ahead.
So it was like my first day.
Mhm.
It was my first scene, and it's the scene where Animal like drops from the ceiling. But Lily and I are having Nora and Moog are having a serious conversation. So like I couldn't really react to it. I had to stay focused, and it was the hardest thing ever because I'm like, bro, I'm in a scene with Animal right
Yeah.
now. Like
Totally.
it was my first day. It was just it was surreal. It was surreal.
I'm also just gonna say this. I usually don't have any maternal instincts at all. But I will say, shooting with Animal, I was like, I have to protect
Yeah.
Animal at all costs. Animal is my child, is my best friend, is like everything to me.
The best is when there were scenes. There's so many scenes where Animal just looks really cute.
So
And-
cute.
But don't tell Animal he looks
Yeah.
cute. Not cute. I'm not cute.
Yeah, It's just, I just had such instincts to like protect him at all costs. And so
he's amazing.
I really enjoyed working with Animal.
Awesome.
Precious.
Tahj, Lily, thank you so much for your time today. Muppets Mayhem premiering May 10th on Disney Plus. Cannot wait to watch. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.